Hello my dear students, let us start our today's class. Today first we will discuss the definition of resistivity or specific resistance. Now in our last class we have discussed R equals to rho L by A, where rho is the resistivity or specific resistance of the conductor. Now if we consider the cross-sectional area of the conductor A is equals to 1 unit and also the length L is equals to 1 unit, then from equation 1 we will get rho equals to R. That is, amount of resistance will be equals to the resistivity of the conductor if we consider a conductor with unit length and unit cross-sectional area. Thus, resistivity of a conductor is defined as the resistance of the conductor of unit length and unit cross-section. Also, resistivity of a conductor is defined as the resistance offered by a cubical conductor of 1 meter side to the flow of current across the opposite faces of the conductor. Now, instead of if we consider a cubical conductor with each face's unit length, then if current flows from one face to another face, what will be the resistance applied by the cubical conductor? That will be equal to the resistivity of the conductor. Next, we will discuss how resistivity can be expressed in terms of diameter of a wire. So, we know rho equals to RA by L. Now, if the diameter of any wire is D, then D is equals to 2R, where R is the radius of the wire. So, R equals to D by 2. Now, we know the cross section of a wire with radius R is A equals to pi R square. So, in terms of diameter, we can write cross sectional area A is equals to pi D square by 4. So, the relation of rho we can write as rho equals to pi D square R by 4L. This equation is very much important. We will use this equation to solve various numericals. If for any conductor diameter will be given to you and length also will be provided to you, then using this formula we can derive the resistivity of any conductor. Next, we will discuss the dependence of resistivity of a material on the dimensions. Now listen very carefully. Resistivity of a substance does not depend upon its length, shape and area of cross section. Resistivity of a substance depends on the nature of the material of which the substance is made up of. Now we will discuss more elaborately little bit about what is the resistivity of any material. Now see why resistivity does not depend on the length, shape, area of cross section. Before this discussion, let us consider what is density. Now think about density. Whatever be the area, length, volume, size of any substance, density does not depend on the size, shape or the volume of the substance. What is density actually? For any substance, if we consider only unit volume, the amount of mass within that unit volume is the density. As density we know mass by volume. So actually density is the mass within unit volume. So whatever be the size, shape of the substance, density will be always constant for a particular material. Like that, whatever be the length of the conductor, shape of the conductor or cross section of the conductor. For resistivity, we have to consider only unit volume of the conductor. Means if you are considering any wire, you have to consider a unit length with unit cross sectional area, or we can consider a cubical conductor with unit volume. So resistance of that unit volume, that will be always constant. Okay, so resistivity is like density. As density does not depend on the volume, shape, size, also resistivity will not depend on the shape, size or cross sectional area of the material. It is constant for a particular material. Resistivity will be only change if you change the material. It will depend only on the material. Like resistivity of copper and resistivity of iron will be different. Okay, so it does not depend upon the length, shape, size or cross sectional area, whatever. It will solely depend on the material of which the substance is made up of. Now next we will discuss the classification of different substances on the basis of their resistivities. Now all the substances can be classified into three categories on the basis of their resistivities, and they are metals or conductors, alloys and insulators. And the examples of metals are silver, copper, aluminium, nickel, iron, etc. Alloys are manganese, constantine, nichrome, etc. And insulators are wood, glass, quartz, diamond, paper, etc. Now the resistivity of metals is minimum and resistivity of insulators are maximum, and alloys are in between metals and insulator. See, the range of the resistivity of metals are from 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 8 to 1.86 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter, whereas resistivity of alloys are 44 into 10 to the power minus 6 to 100 into 10 to the power minus 6 ohm meter, and for insulators resistivity is from 10 to the power 8 to 10 to the power 12 ohm meter. So from this range we can conclude the metals or conductors have low values of resistivity, whereas alloys have high values of resistivity than the metals, and insulators have very high values of resistivity. Therefore, the insulators do not allow the flow of current through them, whereas metals allow easily to flow current through them. And silver is the best conductor of electricity. Next, we will discuss some numericals related to resistivity. Now, first, we have a copper wire of resistance R. This wire is pulled so that its length is doubled but temperature remains constant. Find the new resistance of the wire in terms of its original resistance. Now let us consider the original resistance R equals to rho L by A. Now for this conductor, if we consider cross-sectional area is A and length is L, then volume of the conductor V is equals to AL, or cross-sectional area A equals to V by L. Now if we substitute the value of A equals to V by L in equation 1, the expression of R we can write as R equals to rho L square by V. Now when the wire is pulled, let the changed length is L prime, and it is given it is double of the initial length. So L prime is equals to 2L. Now here the main key of this numerical is, while we pulled any wire, its volume will remain constant. The length as well as length will be increased, the cross-sectional area will be decreased, that is wire will become thin, but the volume of the wire will remain constant. So the for resistance of the pulled wire will, if we consider as r prime will be equals to rho into L prime square by V. Now we will substitute the value of L prime, that is twice L, and then r prime will become V into rho L square by V. Now see, this rho L square by V is equals to the initial resistance R. So R prime is equals to 4R. Means if we pulled a wire twice its initial length, its resistance will become 4 times of the initial resistance. Next, a wire is stretched so that its length becomes 6 by 5 times of its original length. And if its original resistance is 25 ohm, find its new resistance and resistivity. Now we know R equals to rho L by A and volume V equals to AL. So A is V by L. So R is rho L square V by V. This numerical is almost same as the previous one. See, the same concept we are using here. R we are writing in terms of length and volume. Means R is equals to rho L square by V. So here also, where length of the wire is increased, area of cross-sectional area will be decreased, but its volume will remain constant. And for this situation, the changed length L prime is equals to 6 by 5L. So R prime will be rho into L prime square by V, or R prime is equals to 36 by 25 into rho L square by V. Here rho L square by V is initial resistance, means R prime is equals to 36 by 25 into R. Just substitute the value of R, which is 25 ohm. So changed resistance will be 36 ohm. Now resistivity will be equal to the original resistivity. Whatever be the length or cross-sectional area, resistivity will be not changed. So resistivity will be constant for the wire. Next, a silver wire has diameter 0.4 mm and resistivity 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. How much length of this wire is required to make a 1 ohm coil? Now here diameter D is equals to 0.4 millimeter, that is radius is equals to 0.2 millimeter, but we have to convert it into meter as we will calculate these sums in SI system. So radius is equals to 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. Now resistivity rho is equals to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm. And resistance is given R equals to 1 ohm, and length we have to derive here. So we know R equals to rho L by A or rho L by pi R square. Therefore length L is equals to pi R square into R by rho. Just substitute all the values of pi, that is 22 by 7, resistance, that is 1 ohm, and radius, that is 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 3, and resistivity 1.6 into 10 to the power 8. So just substitute all the values. The length we will get 7.86 meter. Now this much is for today. Thank you.